Kira Valdez clutched her gray hoodie tight, as if it were the only armor she had. It hugged her small frame as she threaded through Jefferson High's overcrowded hallway. Heads bobbed, laughter echoed, lockers slammed, but Kira kept her gaze low, her steps silent, counting tiles to chemistry class like a ritual. 3 months into her new life in Denver, Kira had perfected the art of vanishing in plain sight. She sat at the back of classrooms, dined alone in the library, and only spoke when forced to. She wasn't shy, just hidden. No one knew that beneath the hoodie was 6 years of Krav Maga and kickboxing, honed under her uncle's watchful eye in Phoenix. But Phoenix was gone. So was confidence. All that remained was quiet, and the storm brewing beneath it. "Watch it, hoodie girl!" The voice oozed mockery. Kira froze. Bryce Kellerman, football king, social overlord, smirking, blonde, cruel, and flanked by his hyenas. Lanky Mason Pike with his phone always ready, and burly Trevor Donovan, the muscle. Bryce blocked her path like a wall of smug confidence. "What's under there? A mutant head?" He laughed, reaching for her hood. "Please, I just want to go to class." Mason mimicked her plea, filming already. A crowd gathered, scenting blood. Not even 20 feet away, Mrs. Patterson chatted with another teacher, oblivious. Then a voice cut through. "Leave her alone." Danny Chen, the soft-spoken bookworm from AP History, dark hair falling into warm brown eyes. He wasn't a fighter, but he stepped up anyway. "Hoodie girl's got a boyfriend," Bryce taunted. "I'm not her boyfriend," Danny said, blushing. "I just think you have better things to do." The bell rang. The crowd thinned. But as Bryce brushed past Kira, he whispered, "This isn't over." Lunch, hoodie girl. Kira sat in her usual library corner, unwrapping a sandwich, praying Bryce had moved on. He hadn't. "There she is," Bryce bellowed, striding through the stacks like a lion to prey. Mason hit record again. Trevor knocked her sandwich to the carpet. "Oops," he smirked. Kira stared at the ruined meal. Every instinct screamed to retaliate, but she knelt and began picking up the mess. "Good girl," Bryce sneered. "Know your place." Mason's laughter echoed as they walked away, leaving her on the floor, her fists trembling. From that day on, it was daily torment. Ghost Girl was their nickname for her. Bumps in the hallway, snide comments, books dropped. But worse was watching Danny become a target just for defending her. She began avoiding him. Still, he never stopped helping. Sticky notes of encouragement in her locker, shared notes in class. Quiet strength. 2 weeks before Halloween, Kira heard Danny's voice behind the gym. "Give it back." She peeked around the corner. Bryce dangled Danny's backpack, then dumped it across the pavement. Books scattered. A small wrapped box rolled toward the grate. Danny lunged. Trevor caught him. "A present?" Bryce jeered. "For Ghost Girl?" He tore the wrapping, inside a hand-bound journal with an embossed Celtic knot. "A diary for a freak," Bryce laughed, pretending to sob into blank pages. "Dear diary, why am I such a loser?" Kira watched as Danny's face crumbled. Bryce raised the journal high. "Let's post this. Tag the whole school." That was the moment everything inside Kira snapped. Her uncle's voice rang in her mind. Krav Maga isn't about ego, it's about protecting the ones who matter. She stepped into the open. "Leave him alone." The boys turned. Kira's voice cut through the afternoon haze, calm but unmistakably firm. "He's not my boyfriend. But he is my friend, and you're going to leave him alone." Trevor cracked his knuckles. Mason laughed so hard he dropped his phone. Oh no, Ghost Girl's found her voice. But Bryce, ever the showman, had another plan. "Tomorrow's Halloween," he said with a sinister grin. "Costume contest at lunch. You'll be there, front and center. And you'll take off that hoodie in front of everyone. Kira didn't flinch. Fine, I'll be there. That night, she texted Danny for the first time. Thank you for the journal. It's beautiful. He replied instantly. You don't have to do this. I know, she wrote, but you shouldn't have to either. Halloween morning felt like a dream. Kira moved through her classes like a ghost, fitting, perhaps. Students roamed the halls in capes, masks, and superhero gear, laughing and shouting. But she felt nothing but focus. Between classes, she ducked into the locker room and pulled out a duffel bag. Inside, black athletic pants, a crimson tank top, and the shoes her uncle swore by. Silent, balanced, deadly. She changed quickly. When she caught her reflection in the mirror, even she barely recognized herself. Gone was the hunched shadow. In her place stood a warrior. The gym pulsed with energy. Students filled the bleachers. Judges ranked costumes. Laughter and music filled the air. Then the principal's voice rang out. Before we announce the winners, a special request. Kira Valdez to center court. All heads turned. Kira rose from the back row, each step echoing on the polished floor. Bryce was waiting. Mason's camera was ready. Trevor was itching for a scene. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryce crowed, meet Ghost Girl. She's hidden behind this hoodie for months. Let's see what she's been so ashamed of. Gasps, whispers, curious stares. Danny watched from the bleachers, lips pressed into a firm line. Take it off, Bryce commanded. When she didn't, Trevor and Mason each grabbed a side of her hood. They yanked. But what they revealed wasn't weakness. It was steel, a sleek ponytail, a calm, focused stare. The hoodie fell away, revealing sculpted arms, a lean frame honed by years of training. This wasn't the shy girl they expected. This was a storm. Bryce grabbed for her. He never saw it coming. Kira's elbow cracked into his nose with brutal precision. Blood spurted as he crumpled to the ground. Trevor grabbed her. She swept his legs and dropped him flat. Mason turned to run. A swift palm strike knocked the air from his lungs. Gasps became cheers. Phones caught every second. The crowd erupted. You broke my nose, Bryce shrieked, scrambling up. You tore my hoodie off, Kira replied, voice steady. I defended myself. You'll be expelled. Kira turned to the crowd. Mason filmed everything. So did half the gym. I got the whole thing, shouted Sarah Kim. Voices rose in support. Students who had stayed silent now spoke out. They've been harassing her for weeks. Principal Williams arrived, eyes stern. Bryce, Mason, Trevor, nurse's office. Now, Kira, my office. As the bullies limped away, Danny reached her side. I can't believe you just did that, he whispered. I can't believe I waited so long. In Principal Williams' office, Kira sat composed while phone videos replayed from different angles. The truth was undeniable. Bryce and his crew had instigated the attack, and Kira had responded with remarkable control. Where did you learn that? The principal asked, stunned. My uncle owns a martial arts school in Phoenix, Kira replied. I've been training since I was 10. You didn't mention that earlier? I was hoping I wouldn't need to. The suspension hearing 3 days later was brief. With overwhelming witness testimony and video proof, Bryce received a 2-week suspension and was booted off the football team. Mason and Trevor got a week each, plus mandatory counseling. Kira? No punishment, just a few sessions with the school counselor about non-violent alternatives. Justice, for once, was loud and clear. When Kira walked through the hallways now, she wasn't invisible. She was respected. Students who once ignored her now nodded, smiled, even thanked her. Some joined her in the school's newly revived martial arts club, where Kira helped lead self-defense classes. And Danny. He walked beside her now, not behind, no longer afraid. Their quiet friendship evolved into something deeper. Their moments were simple, shared books, long walks, and glances that lingered. But strong, just like her. The journal he gave her, half filled with stories and reflections, her own words finally given a room to breathe. One day,